The Australian Women's Ice Hockey League returns this weekend after, what was it, a couple of weeks? A week off?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, mate.
We have double headers. The Adelaide Rush will travel to Sydney and face the Sydney Sirens, and the Perth Inferno will travel once again to Queensland and face the Brisbane Lightning.
Yeah, it seems like everyone else has played like 20 games and Perth has played 2. So I think Perth will be pretty keen to get out and play after watching everyone else for 2 out of the first 3 weeks. But yeah, we had a chat with head coach Jerry McDougall yesterday, Doogie, and I had a chat with coach Gabriel Blado today because we'll be doing the commentary for Adelaide Sydney on Saturday, and then we'll be doing the commentary for Brisbane Perth on Sunday. So I know you've been watching Andrew Egan. What are your thoughts on the two matchups?
Yeah, I've been getting as much of it in my eyeballs as possible, and did tune in to listen to your commentary debut as well. It was pretty impressed there, Duke. So bright lights. So well done. Look, just like generally the standard of competition's been fantastic. So yeah, I haven't regretted tuning in at all. Jump on the YouTube streams, get on the comment section there, and really enjoying it. And it does feel like the standard of competition has gone up a notch, and the quality of the players as well. So that Perth series at Ice HQ, what a series! And if you want to see great contests, you're gonna tune in. There's a great opportunity to get some more hockey in our eyeballs. So I'll be sitting on the couch instead of exercising or doing any work in the yard, and I'll be tuned in.
So the Melbourne Ice sit on top after 6 games, 4 wins, 2 losses. The Adelaide Rush are second. They've played 4, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 OT win. The Lightning have played 4. They're third, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 OT loss. The Perth Inferno, they are fourth. They've played 2, 1 win, 1 loss. And the Sirens have played 4, sit on the bottom at 5th, and they've lost all 4, which I don't think they're going to go winless for the entire season. There's a lot to like. And GG, we've put out a few articles each day this week, just looking at a few players. The Sirens one went out today. I think there's a lot to like about the Sirens. Finals this year, maybe not. They're coming from a long way back, but I think next season and the seasons after, I think they'll build quite nicely.
Yeah, I agree. I think players like Lily Roberts have looked really good. Coach Robledo said, the only defender on the team that was a full-timer really last season is Fiona Moon. So all the other players that they have, Gabby Arts, Sam Payne, and Lily Roberts, this is their first season. So I think you look at how good they are now, and they're only going to get better. And I know we had Graham Hyde on, and he was convinced that with the they had brought 10 rookies to Adelaide for that trip a few weeks ago. And he was pretty convinced that they were going to be a dynasty in a few years' time. So and there's a bit of pain. I feel for you Sirens fans, but there's definitely good times around the corner. I feel like Sydney could get their first win this weekend. They really pushed Adelaide, both those games in Adelaide. Adelaide got late winners in both of them. So I'm predicting a split. Yeah, what about you guys?
I think you might be on the money there. That's if I was a betting man, and I'm not, that's what I'd be doing. And I'd expect their skipper to keep to keep really putting in some great shifts and sort of carrying the can a little bit while supporting those younger players coming through. might feel a little bit rough, at the moment, particularly if you got used to seeing your team win. And we know about that down at the Ice House at the moment as well. But look at that foundation, and it's a great season to follow actually, because you're seeing that emergence of the next good period. So yeah,
and I think the size of the Macquarie Ice will be it will make a bit of a difference. But when I look at the Sirens, and I put Julia Bikini in my piece, I think like it's the little. I noticed the little things. So it's like the hard work. It's the getting in the corners, battling, all that sort of stuff. It's not so much the score sheet stuff, that sort of stuff there will inspire a lot of the younger players on the roster.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you mentioned as well, Hannah Cryan was another player that you highlighted in your article. She's another one that's been putting in good work, particularly down low on the cycle, not getting rewarded for it on the score sheet, but having a chat with Gabriel Beledo today, he said the message to her is just keep doing what you're doing, keep focused on the small things, and the scoring will come. So yeah. He seems pretty positive. But Adelaide, as Sean put up in the comments, how fun is Adelaide this year? How fun. They're a fun team to watch.
100%. And again, the quality of the league, how good is it to make sure that you've got that another team out of nowhere really competing really hard. There's good games everywhere on the schedule. And they're playing a big part in that.
Yeah, when we spoke to Joey, we asked him about the difference from this season to last season, and because they seem like they're going back to that pre-COVID season that they had, and where they finished second on the standings. And he said it was even though last year was a struggle, it was really positive throughout the dressing room, which has carried over to this season as well. And you can see that on the ice, I think. Yeah,
and you look at that leadership group. You've got Tash Berrier, as captain. Kate Tahima. You've got players that have been around and can be that kind of steadying presence for a lot of these younger players. And a lot of these younger players that we saw, like one of them, Tori Cebulski. What a phenomenal player she's turning out to be. If you haven't seen Tori Cebulski yet, get on that. You'll watch the games this weekend. Number 4 for the Rush. Just a smart player, great shot, and will fight for goals in the paint as well. So should be a good couple of games. Kirsty Venus and Maya Tupper are players to watch for the Rush. Both teams will have imports debut. So Sierra Moroniuk will debut for the Adelaide Rush. She's a center, a very defensively responsible center. And then Kate Leavitt will debut for the Sydney Sirens. And she's she'll be in the forward lines. So it'll be interesting to see another new player make her AWIHL debut.
And the other matchup is Perth and Brisbane. We're calling the Sunday game, GG. I'm actually looking forward to this contest. I think it's going to be 2 ripping games, 2 talented teams, 2 teams that have got players that are high skilled. And when you watch that goal from Georgia Watts, that's the sort of stuff that this game can produce, those moments of brilliance.
Yeah, so Andrew Egan, I'm interested in your thoughts on this. Sarah Salmons and Georgia Watts. I know you are excited by Sarah Salmons and saw her speed, and Georgia Watts, obviously her skill. In a matchup like this, talk us through, what fans can expect.
For me, speed kills. That's the number one thing. We're always excited by. So, from what I've seen so far this season, that's Salmons is bringing something to the table that maybe is probably a decent amount in front of some of what I've seen elsewhere. So what a weapon to have. And I'm going to tune in and watch Perth games this season and really enjoy seeing what that speed can actually impact, how it can impact on the ice. Because when I look at games, even for the guys I play with, we're just looking for examples of how to play the game. And if you've got those sort of wheels, give that person the puck and let them do some work. Yeah.
It should be a good contest. I think Jamie McKenzie is a big import signing for the Inferno that should be playing this weekend. So I have to confirm that with head coach Graham Hyde. We'll see on the game on Saturday. We'll have to see the Brisbane Lightning. They've got 6 straight games at home. That they'll be looking to try to put themselves into a good position in the table before their kind of away game stretch out. Two exciting franchises to watch in the league. The forward groups are just ridiculous. Like you look at Perth, they've got Isla Malcolm, Michelle Clark-Crumpton, Sarah Salmons. It's unreal. And then you look at the Lightning and you've got Georgia Watts and Emma Wuthridge and Courtney Mahoney, Lindsay Kalinick. Like they're stacked with talent. It's going to be great.
There's going to be goals.
Yeah. Well, we say this and it's going to be like a goaltending. It's going to be 1-0.
It could be.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. That like even the goaltending departments from both teams, you've seen the quality to start the season.
Well, the Ice peppered the net in that first game, didn't they? And more than up for the challenge. So Brisbane will have to work hard.
And the following round, Brisbane will travel to Perth and face the Inferno on their deck. So if Perth can at least split this and then go home and think, okay, if we split this weekend trip to Queensland, go home and we can sweep it on home ice, they'll be in a really good spot.
Absolutely, yeah. And conversely, what an opportunity for Brisbane with such a long home stretch. GG, you mentioned, there's a great opportunity for them to really put themselves in the box seat in the standings, really, if they can get going.